All right, we're here at Legacy's Boxing Gym with Moises Briones getting ready to fight on the Lamas Promotions cards next Saturday. Moses, with 1 week left, man, how's everything going? How are you feeling?
Everything's going good. We're conditioned. We've had a month long cap, not the longest we've had, but we've included a strength and conditioning coach Mundo. He's been super helpful in picking everything out, like working out the legs, seeing what we did wrong from our last fight, just kind of the weak points of what we really lacked. So kind of that last 2 rounds gas, and not that it usually happens like that. We did take it on last minute notice, but
Hmm.
little things like that. He really does break down the film. He shows us exactly what we need to work on.
Got it, man. Let's quickly go back to 2025, man. You did have an active year as opposed to the ones prior to. You did fight Jeremy Davis twice. What are your thoughts as you reflect back on those two fights?
My last 2 fights with Jeremy, really good guy. He's actually out there sparring right now. We're actually going to probably include him in our next camp. Super awkward fighter for sure, but probably my favorite fights, to be honest, which is why I took the other one on short notice. I did have something I wanted to prove. Unfortunately, we did come a little short. We got our point across of hanging with the big boys. We're not really scared to get in with anybody. We fought guys like Tony the Tank. I sparred guys like Murphy. But Jeremy was one of the more fun fights that I had, and like I said, very awkward, but very eye opening of different styles. Different styles do make fights, so
Mhm.
that's where we went with that.
On the last fight, you did mention that there was a short notice fight, but you did fight on a big platform there at the Bird Ogden Arena, man. And I do remember at the weigh-in, you guys were kind of saying stuff to each other, man. You want to reveal what was said at that time?
Yeah. Apparently, he came in at 206. I came in at 203.
Mm.
You put each other on the scale right now, we are not we're not equivalently the same. So we were laughing and kind of joking around, like, "Hey man, I didn't know you dropped about 30 pounds in the last 5 minutes." So we're kind of giggling back and forth, and in the ring, we do truly try to kill each other. And outside the ring, man, we can go grab a coffee, we can go have dinner, we can have breakfast, whatever they want to do. But for that fight, it really was all kind of jokes and giggles during the weigh-ins
Hmm.
because of that little like that doesn't seem right. But fighting on that big card, it really did kind of help me gain some fans after the fight. I had a couple fans come up to me, get my socials, and try to follow me, and just kind of keep up with my hopefully soon to be career. And it's very eye opening of how
Hmm.
big a platform really can be and do for you. So very grateful for that.
You'll be fighting next Saturday against, I'm sorry, your opponent's name again?
Juan Reyes, I believe.
Juan Reyes. You did see him at the weigh-in. You guys were shoulder to shoulder. I'm not at the weigh-in, at the presser.
Mhm.
You all were shoulder to shoulder, and he did say, and I'm quoting and I'm paraphrasing here in Espanol. He said, "Nadie me gane aquí, nadie me gane en Brownsville." What were your thoughts when he said that?
To be honest, you might need to translate that for me.
Nobody will beat me. Nobody will beat me here.
Yeah. So he has experience. We're not gonna take it away from him. Um, he's a little bigger, a lot bigger actually. I think he's coming in at 300. I'm actually trying to gain weight. I'm barely at 209. We're trying to get to 215 at least,
Mhm.
the right way, protein wise. And like my coach said, you can get in there, talk all you want, but in reality, we've been putting in the work. We've been training. We're coming for a knockout. We're coming for the kill.
Mhm.
By all means, if the knockout doesn't happen, we're going to take it all 4 rounds and punish you. We're not afraid to get in with guys. This is probably the first fight with the guy who's actually the same size as me, not weight wise, but height wise. So if I can spar dudes like Murphy, Mark Buke, another couple of other pros, I'm really not afraid of anyone else who's my size. We breathe the same air, we bleed the same blood. I really can care less of who steps in front of me. Humbly speaking, of course, but it really didn't phase me too much.
What happens next Saturday?
Next Saturday, we hope for the knockout. But if we do go 4 rounds, you'll see a more conditioned Moises coming out. Like I told Albert, these last 2 fights they called me um, after a wedding when I was helping my brother with his wedding, my cousin with her wedding, my cousin with his wedding. So kind of just on vacation, and my wife said, "Hey, like maybe this time around you can take some time off the fights." And yeah, it didn't happen. But it's just something we can't stay away of. We really do love the sport of boxing. So we try to run away from it, and it finds us. And when you love something that much, it's hard to say no. So next Saturday comes. God willing, my hands raised, and we put a one on the board.
Got it, Moses. That same night, it's like I mentioned to Bobby, I mentioned to Tony Garcia from Brownsville, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez will be fighting that night.
Mm.
It's no secret that it's one of the biggest fights in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
But RGB boxing is a different breed. It's rabid.
Mm-hmm.
It's rabid. You know, believe me, we go to the fights and it's jam packed.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the people why they should go to the local fight instead of watching the fight at home.
Your local fighters, you'll start to see true passion. When I mean by passion, I work a 9 to 5. I wake up at 5 a.m. I get out of work at about 6:30 p.m. I come straight to the gym till 9 p.m. Sometimes my coaches stay late just for me. You have guys like Bobby who work, full time jobs, full time dads. They come in and get their work done. You have other guys who maybe do part time jobs and they fight for a living. Big names don't fight for a living. They're comfortable in their homes. They have a nutritionist, they have a trainer, strength and conditioning coach. They have a lot of support behind them. For people like us, I have to go back and, I got a photo shoot to do right now. So I still have to go back and put food on the table, take care of my wife, take care of my things. And that's what I mean by you see a lot more passion locally. You see dudes who are coming in because they have to fight, not because they want to fight, but because they have to fight. So it's a different kind of dog in them. And don't get me wrong, those guys who made up on the big stage, you can't take anything away from them. But this is as close as you're going to see as to raw emotion, to raw talent than you will ever. So check out your local fighters, check out your local media. These guys really do put in a lot of work, and we're super thankful for them. Guys like Richard, Tiki, Albert, and maybe some other photographers that I don't know personally, but guys like that really do bring light into the sport, and we're super grateful for them. So if you can, check us out January 31st, Saturday at Brownsville. I'm not too sure. I think James Auditorium, something
The
like that.
Jacob Brown.
Jacob Brown Auditorium. So come check us out, see your fighters, and enjoy a card, man. And it should be a very, very quick night. You can enjoy the fight right after, man. But come check us out.
And in closing, Moses, before I let you go, anybody want to say hi to any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
I want to give a big shout out to my students, man. I absolutely love every single one of y'all. I know we all joke around, but this is your chance to see, like, hey, your coach practices what he preaches. Continue doing what you're gonna do. Continue working when nobody's looking. Work hard. Give thanks to God. Thank your parents. And in any situation you're in, you might have to deal with the cards you're dealt with, but it doesn't mean that you have to deal with them forever. Just because you're in a rut doesn't mean you stay there. You have to continue to climb and climb and climb and get to the top. I want to give a big shout out to my wife, man. She continues to take care of me. She's been so busy this past couple months, and she hasn't really had a chance to make it out to every single sparring, but she's there every single night with dinner. Big shout out to my family who comes all the way down from San Antonio, man. I have extreme love for every single one of y'all. Shout out to my grandparents who do watch online but can't watch in person. It does break their hearts. So, you know, everyone else, shout out to my supporters and my family, and for the other little people that do believe in me. So, we love you all. We give thanks to God each and every single day. Continue to do what you're doing. Work hard and pray.
Moses, we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.